So shelves just got added in the newest update in every single wood type. So naturally, here are 30 ideas that you can do with shelves. So we got a long list. So first thing that I thought of is this dining table. I used dark oak shelves over here for the feet of the table. They're just like back to back like this. And then I just added a few chairs on the sides matching with the table. And I really like how this one looks. Next is also like a table design, but this one's like more outdoorsy. This one is really nice and I used trapdoors instead of carpet this time. Then I think this one was a no-brainer. You can use it as planters. I really like how this one looks. I think I'll probably do it with crops the most. But with flowers, you can place any type of flower really. Or like leaf type. It just creates a really good planter box. Then over here, this was one of the first things that I thought of. So if you just have a regular wall in your house, you can add some shelves here at the bottom to create almost like a paneling, or this can be even on the inside if you have like a hallway and you want to create paneling. This is so good. I think this is going to be one of the main uses. Over here I have an entryway, so I just place some shelves back to back like this, and it creates this really cool pattern, and I just paired it with a bunch of stairs trapdoors in slabs to create this arch. And honestly, I feel like I'm gonna do this so much more now. On a similar note, I also have a window frame. This time I didn't place it back to back, but if you have like a castle, I feel like this type of thing would really fit in, especially if you make it like really grand looking. I think this one's great for that. This next one had it coming. It's a little shelf cabinet. So I place some barrels right here, and then you open the doors and you can display like a pantry, some of the food that you have. It doesn't have to be food necessarily, but these are great. I like how this one looks. For number 8, I think you can use it for fences. Obviously, you can still like walk on top of them, but they're just such a cooler type of fence. I also placed them right here in the corner of the pillars. But yeah, I just made it here as a porch. You can also use them to create a fence around crops or anything that you have. I wouldn't use it for animals, but this one looks so much more interesting than a regular plain fence. Over here, I also created a chimney. I feel like the shelves work better for bigger chimneys like this one, especially the spruce one, since it has like this metal detail right here. It kind of matches the trapdoor. It just looks great. I really like how this one looks. Then sticking to the balconies, this one's a smaller balcony. So if you don't know how to decorate the side of your house, you can just add like a little tiny balcony like this. The easiest way I did it was to place in some blocks and then just place the shelves around it. You have a pretty good base with it. But otherwise, I think these are pretty easy to use. For this next idea, it's kind of like a pipe. I paired it with some of the trapdoors as well, just so we can create this corner pipe right here. And you can also waterlog them. So this has water on the inside too. I feel like this is perfect for like an industrial build. This next one is a little wagon that I made. So you have the shelves just holding everything in. These are great if your world has a medieval theme to it. I would dot these around everywhere. This next one, I really like this. I made this podium to display your armor sets. You can place a light source block underneath to light up your armor stands, or you can also keep it simple. I just placed some quartz underneath this one. So yeah, if you're proud of your armor sets, this is such a great way to display them. Over here, we kind of saw it before, but I made some pillar designs as well. These basically work with any of the wood types, but over here I used it with some spruce, and I paired it with a barrel because I feel like it works really nicely, especially to tie in that little metal detail right here. This one's a bigger one with stairs right here at the bottom to blend it in. I feel like these would work so well with mega builds. And then lastly, I really like this one. This one's using the quartz pillar, and I just paired it with the pale oak shelves. This next one is a couple of designs actually. I created some chairs here. So the shelf is right here at the back. I think I prefer these to trapdoors instead. I feel like they just look a little bit sturdier. Over here, I also made a couple of sofas. So I use the shelves as the armrests. These are just stairs. But I think my favorite way to make them is this one right here. It's just a slab surrounded with the shelves, and it just looks so much fancier. I really like this one. I prefer it a lot more, especially since a lot of the trapdoors have holes in them. The shelf just makes it look way more solid. So I think this is going to become a go-to of mine. Then over here, this one's quite silly. This is supposed to be a bathtub. I just really wanted to show you that you can still waterlog these, and this is a great alternative if you want to use stairs for this. Then this one, I think this one's pretty obvious. These are just some window shutters, and again, a lot of trapdoors do have holes in them, and a lot of the time it just doesn't make sense to have holes in like shutters like these. So I end up just going for the ones that are solid, which are usually just dark oak and spruce. But with these, I feel like you can really get creative with the color combinations that you can do. Anyways, those are shutters. Now for this next one, I feel like this one's one of the most complicated ones. I obviously made like an entire design around it. You can use it to display bottles to create like a bar back. And then I also paired it here with some of the pillars. But yeah, if you want to have a bar, I feel like you can finally display them without having to use item frames. And then for this next one, I wanted to show you that you can use them to create these farms for different types of vines as well. I just used the nether vines where you can use them for like glowberries and stuff. It's just another type of design instead of using trapdoors. For this next one, I really wanted to create a bed frame, and this makes it look so much fancier than it actually is. So I used it here at the feet and then over here as a headboard. And if you're wondering, these are just quartz stairs with a banner here underneath. This next one, I feel like I'm gonna do this all the time too. But if you have a bee farm, you would know that you need to place a campfire underneath so they don't attack you when you gather up the honey. So this is just a great way to hide the campfires. So if you have a bee farm, this is a great way to just spice it up a little bit more. This next one is unfortunately Java exclusive. I really don't know why they hate Bedrock players, but in Java you can place ladders on the back side of the shelves. Again, I tried it on Bedrock and I don't know why you can't do this. And I really like doing this for those cases that I don't want a full block behind the ladder. I usually do this with trapdoors, so I was really hoping that they would add it to Bedrock as well, but I was wrong. I don't know why they didn't add this to Bedrock. So that's really dumb. But if you're on Java, just know that you can actually do this. Now over here I have a couple of table designs as well, but unlike the first ones, you can actually place stuff on top of these. So I mainly used it as the legs for the tables and just paired it with their respective trapdoor. And I feel like these look so cute. I'm gonna do these all the time as well. This one's more of a desk design, and I also used a shelf right here for the backrest of this chair. This next one, why not turn your shelf into another shelf? So you can do whatever you like here. I just used the shelves right here at the sides and then also paired it with a bunch of trapdoors. This next one, I feel like I'm also gonna do this a lot. If you have a staircase and you want to hide the underside of it, I feel like this is such a great way of doing it. It creates such a cool pattern as well. And that's just from the front. But if you go over here, it looks like a handrail. I really do like these. They create the perfect amount of detail. These are amazing. I just really do think that this is the closest thing that we're ever gonna have to vertical slabs. So really just like the possibilities are endless, especially for stuff like this one. If you have a super smelter and you want to hide the redstone behind it, again, I used to do this with trapdoors. There's just a lot of trapdoors that have holes in them and I can still see the redstone, but this is just so much better, to be honest. Then over here, this is for an entrance. So this is one option that I made. I do know that it looks a little bit awkward. I feel like that's better. And I like how it matches really well on the sides of the door. But if you do want an arch like this with some stairs, you can use the back side of the shelf instead. And then on the inside, you can have this really cool pattern too. So if you ask me, I'm probably gonna go with this one, but I just really wanted to showcase both options. This next one, I feel like I'm gonna do this all the time too. You can use the back side of the shelves paired with its respective wood type. We just don't have any patterns like this in the game, and I feel like you can create such great patterns with these. But you can see every single one of these has a different pattern on the back. For me, I think that acacia and dark oak is some of my favorite ones. The cherry one is also really cute, but there's just so many different patterns that you can make with these. I'm definitely gonna add this to a lot of my builds from now on. And then second to last, we're almost done. Oh my god. You can create really nice archways with these, but you can see that trapdoors are slightly thinner than the shelves, so you can really create a cool transition between these two. But these are really good. I'm really happy with these. And then finally, number 30, I found out that banners fit perfectly into the texture of the shelves itself, and with this you can create a bunch of different patterns, a bunch of different color combinations too. So we have 16 colors, and we have 1 2 3 4, and we have 12 wood types, so that creates 192 different combinations that you can make with these. So yeah, if you still think that the shelves look plain on their own, adding banners like these can make it so much more interesting. I'm really happy with these. These are like a builder's dream. I feel like I missed so many ideas, so I really can't wait until the community comes up with a bunch of different creative ways on how to use these. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I really hope you found some of these useful, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!